A German ISIS bride was sentenced to 10 years in prison by a Munich court today over the war crime of letting a 5-year-old Yazidi slave girl die of thirst in the sun. Jennifer Wenisch, 30, from Lohne in Lower Saxony, was found guilty of 2 crimes against humanity in the form of enslavement, as well as aiding and abetting the girl's killing and being a member of a terrorist organization. Wenisch converted to Islam in 2013 and made her way to Iraq to join the Islamic State, where she and her husband purchased a Yazidi woman and child as household slaves according to the court. After the girl fell ill and wet her mattress, the husband of the accused chained her up outside as punishment and let the child die an agonizing death of thirst in the scorching heat, prosecutors said during the trial. The accused allowed her husband to do so and did nothing to save the girl. Her sentence, handed out by the higher regional court in Munich, is the culmination of what is thought to be one of the first convictions anywhere in the world related to the Islamic State group's persecution of the Yazidi community. Presiding Judge Reinhold Beyer handed down the verdict to Wenisch this morning, after declaring the child was defenseless and helplessly exposed to the situation, and that Wenisch had to reckon from the beginning that the child, who was tied up in the heat of the sun, was in danger of dying. Wenisch's husband, Taha al-Jamai, is also facing trial and separate proceedings in Frankfurt, where the verdict is due in late November. When asked during the trial about her failure to save the girl, Wenisch said she was afraid that her husband would push her or lock her up. Identified only by her first name Nora, the Yazidi girl's mother has repeatedly testified in both Munich and Frankfurt about the torment allegedly visited on her child. The defense had claimed the mother's testimony is untrustworthy and said there was no proof that the girl, who was taken to hospital after the incident, actually died. Wenisch's lawyers had called for her to receive just a 2-year suspended sentence for supporting a terrorist organization. Wenisch herself claimed she was being made an example of for everything that has happened under ISIS at the close of the trial, according to the daily Süddeutsche Zeitung, and appeared to show remorse for the crimes for which she was found guilty. Wenisch converted to Islam in 2013 and is thought to have left Germany to join ISIS the following year, traveling through Turkey and Syria to reach her eventual destination of Mosul in Iraq. Recruited in mid-2015 to the group's self-styled Hizbah morality police, she patrolled city parks in IS-occupied Fallujah and Mosul. Armed with an AK-47 assault rifle, a pistol and an explosives vest, her task was to ensure strictest rules on dress code, public behavior and bans on alcohol and tobacco. In January 2016, she visited the German embassy in Ankara to apply for new identity papers. When she left the mission, she was arrested and extradited days later to Germany. Wenisch's trial, which began in April 2019, is one of the first examples of court proceedings over the Islamic State group's brutal treatment of Yazidis. A Kurdish-speaking group hailing from northern Iraq, the Yazidis were specifically targeted and oppressed by the jihadists beginning in 2015. Prominent London-based human rights lawyer Amal Clooney, who has been involved in a campaign for his crimes against the Yazidi to be recognized as a genocide, was part of the team representing the Yazidi girl's mother. Germany has charged several German and foreign nationals with war crimes and crimes against humanity carried out abroad, using the legal principle of universal jurisdiction, which allows crimes to be prosecuted even if they were committed in a foreign country. A handful of female suspects are among those who have appeared in the doc. In November 2020, a German woman named Esnerten J was charged with crimes against humanity allegedly committed while she was living in Syria as a member of Islamic State. In October 2020, another German court sentenced the German-Tunisian wife of the rapper-turned-jihadist to 3.5 years in prison for having taken part in the enslavement of a Yazidi girl in Syria.